why you will never get rich. What's up guys, it's Jake Gordon. I wanted to make this quick video because if you're following, these 3 mistakes that, I've made, many other people have made, you want to stick around because I guarantee if you're trying to get rich, you're probably making these mistakes. Now, there are 3 things that you will do that you'll never get rich. This is just, from personal experience and just observing from, old friends of mine. And also keep in mind, I don't consider myself anywhere near rich. Like, I just don't. But, nor will I ever, to be honest. I just know what mistakes and traps, I've fallen to personally. And kind of how far I've grown just from, not doing these stuff anymore. Also, this is just my perspective. So if you agree, great, write in the comments. Even if you disagree, just tell me why you didn't like it in the comments and just tell me what, you would disagree and what, your 3 points will be. Now, mistake number 1 is, time equals money. Working like a 9-to-5 job, for example, making active income. Now, there's nothing wrong with a 9-to-5. And for most cases, I think people should get a 9-to-5. It's safe. It's not as stressful as, running a business. It's, guaranteed money. And it's usually less stressful. But also keep in mind, you're never going to get rich playing this game just because, even if you could work 24/7, you're making $10 an hour, the math just doesn't add up. So time equals money. So in this case, like I said, you have active income and you're never going to get rich, doing active income. What you need to start focusing on is passive income. Mistake number 2 with people trying to get rich and getting under their, current financial situation is looking at everybody else's stuff. Now, I remember when I used to make this mistake all the time. Like, I used to worry about, what my friends have, what the latest thing was, such as buying a new house, a new car. Like, this is never going to get you rich. Sure, it might make you look like you're rich, but in your bank account, you're going to have nothing left. This is what we call like house poor. The truth is, nobody cares what you have. Like, let's be honest. Like, do people actually care if you have the latest car? Like, no. For example, the house I'm in right now, it's a cheap house. Like, it's not the latest fancy stuff. Like, I don't even have any TVs anymore. I got rid of that shit years ago. I've not got the latest PS5, Xbox. I don't have the latest stuff. Sure, I made that mistake, before. I used to have a Mustang GT. Like, I got bored of that after a week. This is what people, I like to call as well, like shiny object syndrome, as well dopamine hits. Like, you're just chasing, shiny object stuff, and then eventually you will get bored of it. Now, I'm not saying go out and buy like cheap stuff. Like, I have like a lot of nice stuff too. Latest camera equipment, latest, mics, latest, laptops, Macs, latest, more workers for my business. But, that's all stuff that will, help me grow my, income 10x, even 100x. Like, if you're buying like fanciest car, the new Gucci belt, whatever, like, that's never going to help you grow. Mistake number 3. Now, mistake number 3 is, just taking the easy way. There's no such thing as a get rich quick scheme and like getting rich overnight. Like, if you just follow what everybody else is doing, guess what? Chances you are going to be what everybody else is. Because it's not easy making money like online, for example. Like, the truth is 99.9999% of people will fail. But if you do what everybody else is doing, like, have you ever heard that saying where you are the sum average of your 5 closest friends? So if you're like got friends with like average people, and I don't mean average in a bad way, I mean average income, right? That's what we're talking about here. So if you have people with average incomes, you're going to be the sum average of that, right? So if you have people making 50k a year, 25k a year, 10k, you're going to be somewhere in between the 25 and 30k. Obviously, you're never going to be rich doing that. So I'm not saying go out and buy new friends or go out and find new friends. What I am saying is you have to start connecting with people on a higher level where you are or where you want to be. Now, I'm not saying ditch your friends, like I said, like I did because I want to change so bad. But I'm saying if you're staying up late playing, PS5, watching TV, watching Netflix till like 2, 3 in the morning, how can you expect to grow? Drinking all the time, you're going to end up like this guy. Yeah, that's me 2 years ago. But like I said, if you're doing what everybody else is doing, like buying the latest car, the latest, shoes, the latest everything, passive income literally just means like meaning from your past work. For example, in my case, like when I run, drop shipping stores, I do a lot of the work up front a couple of months before, and then it pays me passively. It pays me when I sleep. All the work I do for my past, work will pay me exponentially in the future. If you're going to a 9-to-5, and you're working on the clock for your 8 hours, like that's active income. That's the big difference. You want to find stuff. I'm not saying getting a drop shipping, that's just what I do. What I'm saying is you want to find stuff that you can do in the past that will pay you exponentially. Because if you don't, you're just going to be in the same situation, as everybody else. And chances are, if you're watching this video, you don't want to. Because like I said, you've got to do what is difficult, and eventually it becomes easy. E-commerce, for example, that's what I do. So, if you like that, do that. If you like, drop shipping from Amazon, FBA, whatever they call it over there. So if you like, anything to do with online business, real estate, Forex, even Forex, like that's still like a step in the right direction because you're choosing to do something different. So I don't say choose them all. You want to choose one and just be the best at one, because if you start dipping your toes in what most people do, you're never going to get anywhere. In fact, you'll be in a worse position as everybody else because you'll just end up buying courses and wasting more money. You should just focus on one thing. For example, if it is going to be dropshipping, you should just focus on that for 2 years and then look back at yourself, and I promise you're going to be in such a better situation that you are, because you're just focusing to be at that. Like I said, it's not a get rich quick scheme. It never is with any of these business models. Even with real estate, like that's obviously not a scam, right? But you're not going to get rich with one deal under your hands. You've got to get exponential growth, but just focus on one thing. To summarize, I'm guessing you watch this video because you're not interested in the normal life. And like I said, there's nothing wrong with that. Like I said, 95 to 99% of people should choose the normal life. Like, it's safe, it's comfortable, it's stress-free for most part. Like, it's a good option. But if you want to do what no one else is doing in your space, you have to start hanging around, or start learning, or start reading, or start watching YouTube videos or whatever. You have to start doing the hard stuff. When you want to sit down and watch TV for the night, no, you have to go and start working. Because if you're always doing the easy stuff, you're never going to break away to that hard stuff. And like I said, that hard stuff, eventually becomes easy. Now, these are the best 3 pieces of advice I can give you, just from, personal experience, watching other people's YouTube videos and what they thought about this subject. Even people in my, e-commerce space higher up than me, what they thought of that as well. Like, these are the best 3 tips I can give you. Now, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you got some value, and I hope you take some action. Like I said, you're watching this video for a reason. You're probably scrolling through a bunch of these videos. You should take some action. You should, do what 99% of people do if you're watching these videos, is take action. Because if you just keep doing this for years and years and years, you're going to be in the same situation. And if you take action, come back to this video and let me know in 2 years' time.